Hi, I'm Chef Sarah Glover, and tonight I have the absolute joy of cooking for the community using what the community has actually produced themselves. So we are out here at the Ecology Centre. It is a total regenerative farm. It is a not-for-profit. So tonight Juan and I have actually donated our time to ensure that this beautiful place stays alive and that the community is nourished and fed. That is one of my favourite things, is actually nourishing people, getting to know people and using their produce. So tonight we have got an incredible menu, which you guys will get to have a sneak peek at. We are going to show you a couple of incredible recipes as well. That one is one of Juan's favourite and one is one of my favourite. You're in for an absolute treat being able to see this. Cannot wait to cook for everyone. I'm Chef Sarah Glover, and we are at the Ecology Centre in
Southern California, San Juan Capistrano.
And this is my dear friend Juan. We met probably a few years ago now.
3?
When we were teenagers. I was doing a workshop with Francis Malman in Uruguay.
In Garzón.
And Juan was teaching me, and we just became awesome friends.
Yeah.
And we've been cooking together ever since.
And 2 weeks afterwards, I was in Tasmania.
You were, basically. And Juan is showing me one of his favourite dishes to make, and I've added a little bit of a Tasmanian twist, which is?
We are making a ceviche, which is a typical Peruvian dish, very classic. And the little twist that Sarah is giving it is that she's adding plums and
blackberries and Tasmanian seaweed.
Because in general, when you have like a fruit ceviche, they go to like mango or passion fruit.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's boring.
Well, that's not what we find in Tasmania. Nor on this farm today.
Yeah, totally. So this is our version of this classic dish.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it's delicious. Well, here we are, making a ceviche. What do we have here?
What do we have here, Juan?
The first thing
it's a fish wing.
is a fish wing, yeah. So
and you've smoked it on the fire?
We smoke the fish in the fire, the carcass, to make the stock, because that's the starting point for almost everything.
A stock.
Any sauce you want to make, a ceviche, because the result of the stock is the leche de tigre.
Which is?
Leche de tigre, if you translate it literally, is a milk, tiger milk. Tiger milk. And we like to call it leche de tigre. We smoke the fish, so because you want to go to the bone, and where the bone is where the flavor is. So with lemons, with carcasses, we made the stock, and we are making a ceviche, of course, of a line-caught white fish. In this case, it is a rockfish,
which is quite common here in California. They'll catch it just, it's like a bottom feeder. If you're not catching tuna, it's good. You can just go into the shore and catch a few rockfish. But it's delicious to eat.
It was big. Imagine the size.
White flesh. So you want like a really nice caught fish that's like sweet eating, that has is super fresh, because essentially it's raw, right?
It's raw.
We're eating it raw.
It's raw.
So this is our rockfish. You can see it's like really nice, beautiful, firm flesh. Cold. You want it nice and icy cold, don't you?
Yeah.
Chilled fish. No one wants warm fish. And you want it fresh as possible. Smells good.
Smells good.
Smells like nothing, which is what you want. That's when you know it's fresh fish, right?
Yeah.
So you've had your stock going over here, I saw, as well.
Yeah.
Should we have a look at that?
Well, it smells delicious. This is the fish stock, or a fumé, and it's the base to in this case, our leche de tigre that goes with our ceviche. We have the carcasses of the white fish. You're gonna get the flavor out of the bone. Everything we've got: onion, salt, pepper, lemons, and garlic. So I'm placing it now again, and it's to reduce. It's very important. So we pre-cooked the stock, and of course the ceviche is a cold dish. So you want to cool down the stock and almost everything.
Cold, cold, cold. Fresh, fresh.
You want to cool down your knife, you want to cool down your plate. And so we're starting to cut the fish. And as it is a cold plate and our body temperature is not cold, try not to touch the fish very much. So you just make
Nice clean slice.
a clean slice. You don't want to start like struggling.
Sawing
like
it.
this. It's just one slice. So you have,
A nice mat for.
yeah, totally.
Can we put that into our?
It is fresh, I can tell. So you want to fill the fish.
Yep.
So you can make like big dices or sashimi cuts.
Okay.
We have lemons. We have a red onion. You want to use a red onion for the ceviche. And the thing is that as you're going to eat the onion raw, you want to cut it very thin.
You're free.
You're free.
Everything about the ceviche really is about the texture, isn't it? So, you know, you're eating raw fish, you want it cold, you cut to a certain size because you're looking for texture, right?
Totally. So you can smash it a bit.
With your fingers.
Every time you can use your hands, just use them.
Much better.
Much better. So you have the diced rockfish and you're adding
The
red onion. We're going to add some black pepper.
And this is from the Ecology Center. It's some blackberries and some seasonal black plums, some blood plums we call them. Don't know what you call them.
So this is the twist Sarah made for the ceviche.
In Tasmania, we have a lot of stone fruit and a lot of like berries, and blackberries are very prominent everywhere. So I thought this was a nice addition to tonight's dinner because it felt like it was a little bit of my home.
And not only we have this from Tasmania, is
The sea salt.
we have the sea salt. You've been traveling along in airplanes with sea salt everywhere.
I have.
Yeah. Now we'll start adding the acidity.
And that's what cooks the ceviche.
Exactly.
Yep, the water fish. So you want this to be really last minute. It's like you
last
kind
minute.
of prep it right
Last
before you serve it because it's all about just that pop of like bright, fresh flavoring. So this is a seaweed that I have also bought from Tasmania, and it's a sea lettuce, we call it. I don't know the actual scientific name, but I thought this was a nice addition as well into the dish.
Into the dish.
So you could add this one into the stock part of it, but
Yeah.
we were thinking we'll add it in with the broth, which is the milk of the tiger.
The milk of the tiger. And you don't have a ceviche if it's not spicy, you know? When you go to a restaurant in Peru, they ask you if you're a Peruvian, so this is a ceviche, Peruvian made for Peruvians, so it's very spicy. So here you have a jalapeno, and we're going to use it with the seeds, with everything. But we're going to cut it very thin, and that's the thing.
Yeah, you don't want to be eating.
You don't want to be, no.
So tonight we're actually going to serve it with like butter lettuce leaf. We were going to go for radicchio, but it's not in season at the moment. So the idea is that we're going to serve it on a platter with the leaf and then the ceviche, and they're going to just use their hands to pop it onto the leaf and eat it like that. Really fresh and bright flavor.
So you have a combination from Tasmania.
Yes.
And then a very Thai thing about wrapping things
Yes, in leaves.
in green leaves. So here we have stock. You want to try it?
Seaweed fingers. Oh, yum. Wow. Yep. Nice and salty. It's got a lovely, like, bright, fresh flavor, but you're still getting that ocean taste.
That's the thing.
Yep. Did you put a bit of seaweed in there and salt?
Yeah.
The seaweed is dehydrated, so that's how I was able to bring it into the US with me. And when we add the stock to it, it's going to rehydrate it. So then we're going to add in our fruit. If you didn't happen to have this type of fruit, it is typical that you would use more tropical, but that's what I thought was nice about today, was that we were going to use something that would, for me, and this is what summertime is for me, not mangoes and papaya. Like for me, in Australia and Tasmania where I'm from, our summer fruits are plums and berries and strawberries and peaches, nectarines. So this is fun.
This is fun.
And the color looks so fantastic. Got the purples, the greens, the white. Anything else?
Sea salt.
Well, I had salt in there, so should we try it and see if
Yeah.
it's good? I just actually want to try some. So,
We're just
lovely.
missing the wine.
It's really firm, the flesh of the fish. It's nice and bright in flavoring. I feel like the plum and the blackberry add a nice kind of depth to it, don't they? It's like almost like a
totally.
molassesy flavor.
And you can tell the fish was caught yesterday,
Yeah,
just today, in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between a good
Yeah.
ceviche.
yeah. And it's got a nice, yeah, that's lovely. It's gonna look good with our table settings too. You wanna put some on?
Yeah. That's it.
So lovely starter for any meal, right? Did I ruin your mountain? Add some fresh coriander. A bit of fresh curry. These are micro herbs, but I think just a little broken up bit. Yep, yum. Delicious. This is the chef's snack before before everyone arrives.
Cheers.
Oh, I like the coriander with it. Cheers. I need some of that.
So this is our version
Of
a
Peruvian ceviche.
Peruvian Tasmanian ceviche.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Now, don't forget to subscribe and like below if you love it. Leave me a comment. Let me know about anything that you would love to see or you're wanting to learn about. Fire-related, food-related, hunting-related, whatever you want. Thank you so much for being a part of my community.